Let me add one more important thing. When you start and you draw the burr on the first side, it will be very noticeable and easy to feel it. Then you finish with that side, you want to draw the burr on the second side, then you work the second side trying to draw that burr. That second side, that burr is going to come up right away, but it is not a full burr. What it's doing is that first side, that burr, immediately flips over and it becomes noticeable. So it fools us. It's a full burr, full burr. It's a fooling burr. It fools you because it forms so quickly. You have to continue to work the edge in a way that your amount of work is even on both sides. That's where we get into counting. And we count one side and we count the other side, trying to keep our effort even from side to side. The problem is that most of us are dominant on one side and less controlled on our weak side. So we do one side better than the other. And we're counting. Well, even though we're counting, we're making the assumption that whatever we do on one side, we're doing equally on the other side. That is the plan. We have to monitor, we have to watch what we're doing and make sure that we're just not counting 5 strokes and counting 5 strokes, and 5 are real good strokes and 5 on this side are sort of half-fast strokes because my left arm is not as capable as my right arm because I'm very dominant in my right hand. My left hand is, if I watch it, I can almost get there. But I can see in my knives that one side is a more refined side than the other because of the characteristics of my right dominant side. So I'm pointing that out to you, that second burr will fool you because it comes up easy. You have to work it in a way to intentionally even them out. And then when you even them out, then with your alternating edge leading stroke, you take that burr down and off the shoulder and you expose that apex, that keen apex that you created with that grit. And then working alternating side across the length of the knife. And I work the knife in portions. I do not try to work any knife except for a small folding knife. I don't work any knife in the length. I work it in portions and overlap the portions so as to refine it so that it doesn't look choppy, to even it out. And I do that on both sides, and then with the alternating side, edge leading stroke, until I finish with that grit. And then I go and I check the angles again and do the same thing over again. Start with one side, draw a burr, find the burr on the other side, even it out, work the full length of the knife, follow that up by alternating side, edge leading strokes across the full length of the knife, make sure my edge is refined and it feels as sharp as I can along the length. Everything looks good. And then I check my angles on my next grit and I move on. So it's a repetitive process the way I do it. It's not necessarily the way that everybody does it, but that gives me the results of my liking. And that's all that matters. You're the one sharpening the knife for yourself and for other people. You're sharpening it so that you get a sharpness that you like, and that's what you're sharing your sharpened knives with other people. So it's very subjective. We have tests, like the best test that we can try to use to qualify the edge and quantify the sharpness of the edge. But for the most part, it's all subjective and you're sharpening to your liking. I hope I clarified a little more and gave you something to work with. Thanks.